Linda, our nightmare HOA president, truly believed she was untouchable. She thought she could fine us for existing, tow cars for entertainment, and worst of all, steal expensive packages straight off my porch and label them HOA violations. She thought she was the law. What she didn't know was that I had spent the last 3 days designing a trap. A trap meant to destroy the one thing she loved more than control, her pristine white leather interior Mercedes. What you're about to witness isn't just revenge. It's a lesson in perfectly timed karma. Watch closely. And if you believe entitled neighbors deserve consequences, strike a blow for justice. Smash that subscribe button and join the team, because you do not want to miss what comes next. To understand why I went this far, you have to understand Linda. She's not just unpleasant. She's a full-blown tyrant. She walks the neighborhood with a ruler, measuring grass like she's conducting an inspection. Trash can 1 inch past a curb? That's a $100 fine. But last week, she crossed a line she couldn't uncross. I ordered a new camera lens worth $1,200. I was at work when the delivery arrived, but my Ring doorbell caught everything. The footage shows Linda walking up to my porch, looking around and lifting the box. 10 minutes later, she waddles up my driveway again. Does she ring the bell? Of course not. She picks up the package, reads the label, and tucks it under her arm like it belongs to her. When I got home and saw the box missing, I went straight to her house. I stayed calm. I knocked and said, "Linda, I believe you have my package." She didn't even bother denying it. She stared at me and said, "Alex, cardboard boxes left on porches are an eyesore. Section 4, Paragraph 2 of the HOA bylaws. I've confiscated it until you pay the littering fine." I couldn't believe it. Confiscated? That's theft. Give it back. She slammed the door and yelled, "Take it up with the board." The board being her and her 2 loyal friends. I was furious. I wanted to kick her door in, but instead, a colder idea formed. I realized getting my package back wasn't enough. She needed a lesson she would feel and smell for the rest of her life. I didn't call the police. They always say HOA disputes are civil matters. No, I handled it myself. I went to the store and bought supplies. This wasn't going to be some glitter prank. I wanted propulsion. I grabbed an empty PlayStation 5 box. Why? Because Linda has a teenage grandson, and I knew she couldn't resist stealing something valuable. Inside the box, I built a custom device. I installed a centrifugal motor, a high-speed spinning plate. On top of it, I poured a full pound of industrial-grade craft glitter, not the cheap stuff. This was the kind of glitter that embeds itself into skin and never leaves. But glitter alone wasn't enough. Annoyance isn't punishment. So I added a second trigger, wired to a canister of liquid sulfur spray. The design was simple. Lift the lid, trip the magnetic switch. The motor spins at 2,000 revolutions per minute, launching glitter in a full 360-degree blast, while the spray coats everything in the smell of rotten eggs. It took 2 full days to build. When I finished, it looked factory-sealed. Perfect. Dangerous. Ready. Saturday morning was ideal. Linda always did her patrols around 10 a.m. I placed the PS5 box on my porch, angled just enough to be visible from the street. Then I went inside, poured coffee, and watched the live camera feed. 10 o'clock passed. Nothing. 10:30. Still nothing. I started to worry. Maybe she was sick. Maybe she'd grown a conscience. Then at 10:45, I saw it. Her white Mercedes creeping down the street. The shark had arrived. She slowed. She spotted the box. She stopped in the middle of the road, but didn't get out yet. She was checking for witnesses. My heart was racing. Come on, Linda. You know you want it. She pulled into my driveway, left the engine running, walked up, glanced left and right, and grabbed the box. Here's the best part. She didn't walk home. She tossed it onto the passenger seat of her spotless white leather Mercedes. I stared at the screen, barely breathing. She got back in, smiling, convinced she'd won. She drove off, but greed got the better of her. About 50 feet down the road, she stopped again. On the zoomed-in camera, I watched her reach over, pull the tab, and lift the lid. Boom! Even from inside my house, I heard the muffled whir of the motor. Instantly, her car became a snow globe of blue and silver. Glitter filled every inch. The door flew open. Linda stumbled out, gagging and coughing. The stink spray had activated perfectly. She was coated, hair, face, blazer, everything shimmering blue. I stepped outside, acting concerned. "Hey, Linda, are you okay?" I shouted. "Did you open a package that wasn't yours?" She tried to scream, but the smell made her retch again. She dove back into the now ruined car and sped off. The best part? She couldn't report me, because doing so would mean admitting she stole my mail. She resigned as HOA president the following week. Sometimes I still see that Mercedes around. When the sunlight hits it just right, the inside sparkles like a disco ball. Don't mess with my mail, Linda. If you enjoyed this, hit like and tell me. What color glitter should I use next time?